There is glory in the mundane. There is holiness amidst the ordinary. I've only recently come to accept this truth in the last few years.
Hey, bud.
It's especially difficult to accept the
Hi,
fact that
sweetie.
if ministry isn't my full-time job, I am still pleasing to the Lord. Washing dishes, being present with my son and my husband, singing to him alone in my secret place can all be pleasing to his heart as much as the big grand missions are. I used to be absolutely terrified at the idea of settling down. To me, settling down and being comfortable only could be interpreted as a negative thing. If I wasn't living in a foreign country on the mission field, was I still acceptable to God? Does being ordinary make me pleasing to Him, or is He disappointed, wishing I was doing something else? In my immature mind, settling down and having a family meant that marriages grew apart, you lost yourself completely in parenthood, and you'd become depressed because of a lack of adventure in your life. A slow and painful disconnection of all areas of your life until you're left with nothing but an unrecognizable version of who you used to be. It sounds very sad, okay, and extreme, this way of thinking, but I can honestly say that this mindset felt like a reality, and unless I did everything in my power to resist this settling down, the severance of everything important to me was going to be inevitable. As you can imagine, this made things very difficult for me in life. Why? Because every time I would begin to feel comfortable and settle, I would jolt myself out of it. Surely I'm not enough if I'm just ordinary, right? Here's the actual truth. I am not meant to dictate my life based on what I'm afraid of. God actually wants me to thrive, and He especially doesn't want me to dictate my decision-making on fear of not being enough for Him. Jesus did not die on the cross for me to try to perform my way to His heart for my entire life. And the truth is, living a life of constant chaos does not add more value to it. In my case, it would actually just mean that I'm structuring my life in order to run from my fears. So here I am now, 25 years old, a 14-month-old son, 50 pounds overweight, and over 5 years married. How do I reconcile the seemingly terrifying reality that I am positioned at the core of my fear of settling down? But now that I'm here, I'm actually free. Now that I'm here, I realize that peace and contentment actually is attainable, but it comes from an intentional way of thinking and acting, not just letting things happen to me. Through the Lord taking me to the place I was most afraid of, I have come to the conclusion that God is here too. He is as much here with me, washing dishes, putting my son down for a nap, as He is with me leading worship or praying for someone. It's not about where I am externally, it's about where my heart posture is towards Him. Something as simple as doing the dishes or cooking dinner for my family is worship unto Him. I am known and I am loved right where I'm at right now. I don't have to be anywhere else, do anything else, accomplish anything else for the Lord to love me as much or more than He does right now. I can actually be proactive about connecting with my husband and making sure our marriage is in a good place. I can be proactive about connecting with myself, being creative, connecting with what the Lord is doing in me outside of just motherhood and parenthood. I am evolving and changing, and the beauty of my relationship with God is that He loves the journey. He loves the imperfections, because it actually communicates intimacy. If you had friendships that were just perfect all the time, if you had friendships where there was no grit, there was no raw emotion, there was no, conflict, it wouldn't feel like a real friendship. It wouldn't feel like an intimate friendship. When you invite the Lord into those parts of your life that aren't perfect, that's actually where I have experienced the most freedom and the most encounter with Him, is when I invite Him into the things that are seemingly ordinary or unglamorous or unspiritual. Everything is spiritual when you live with the Lord. Doing the dishes is as much worship unto Him as leading worship on a Sunday. Now I feel free because I find joy in the little things in my little seemingly ordinary life. But the Lord is so pleased with it. He's so pleased with my little ordinary life because it's not little to Him. Everything I do, I strive to be glorifying to Him, and that makes Him so happy. That makes Him so pleased with me. In closing, I just want to say that whether you're a stay-at-home mom like me or you have a full-time job, whether you're single, married, adult, or teenager, God has a mission and a purpose for you exactly where you're at right now. Inviting the Lord into the life that you have now, every little aspect of it, is so pleasing to His heart. As long as you are connected to Him, you will not miss what He is doing in your life. He will make it abundantly clear. Don't let comparison to others take you away from the mission and purpose that God has put right in front of you. You are valuable and you are loved, and what you have to offer the Lord in your life right now is so special.
Gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Shepherd, come here. Hey, Shep, come here, bub. Come here, bub. Yes, you did it. Look.